The purpose and the context of project management. Well, the purpose is should be fairly obvious. The purpose is that you really are trying to achieve some objectives with this project. And the question is, are you heading in the right direction? How far, where are you in relationship to your objectives? Are you where you expected to be? And if not, why not? And what have you got to do to get it back on track or to correct it in some fashion? Now, never mind the reasons for the moment, never mind the reasons why you are not where you expect to be, but the situation is you're not where you want to be, and you need to shift things around. The context for this, well, the objectives are likely to have changed or likely to change as the project goes on, and in many ways you really have to revisit those objectives, particularly the functional objectives. Customers will change their minds about what it is they want, or they will see what you're producing and say, oh, I didn't realize it was going to be like that. In that case, I want it somewhat slightly different. Things like that. So the objectives do change, and you need to keep track of those. Now, the team's objectives also are going to change. Usually this is because there is a well-known 7-stage cycle of projects which starts with wild enthusiasm and finishes with despair. Actually, it finishes with the persecution of the innocent. But it's a fairly lovely model, and describes in a somewhat cynical way the emotional attributes of a project as you go along. And it just very, very succinctly characterizes where the projects are. So the team's objectives are likely to change. Initially, they might be very ambitious. They're going to achieve everything. They're going to implement everything. As the project goes along, the ambitions are likely to change to be somewhat more realistic. What is achievable? What can be done? And if things are going really bad, it's the question of, well, what can we rescue out of this? So have the objectives changed? Have any of the constraints changed? Some will, because some constraints are time dependent and the time has gone by, so the constraint doesn't apply anymore. Some are going to tighten up. You run out of money, you run out of time. What about the risks? Now, risk management is usually a pretty big deal in any project management, and you can actually drive an entire project just by monitoring the risks, and I've seen this done. So there you are. The whole purpose of this is to try and establish what the state of the project is and what you have to do to get it to where you need to get it.